Baba Mas, karibu sana. Yoga? Yes.
Kwanza Mheshimiwa Rais, ni kukushukuru wewe pamoja na Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga kwa sababu ya vile mumesaidiana katika ile azma ambayo tulikuwa nayo kama taifa, ambaye tulikuwa na mgombea wetu wa kiti cha mwenyekiti wa bara la Afrika. Nataka nikushukuru Rais, nishukuru pia Prime Minister kwa sababu hiyo kazi ilienda vizuri, hata kama hatukufika mahali tulikuwa tumetarajia kama taifa. Tunashukuru Mungu ya kwamba hata baada ya shughuli hiyo mumeendelea kushirikiana, kuongea, kushauriana ili tuweze kusaidiana kama taifa, kwa sababu taifa letu litasonga mbele kama wewe utaendelea kushirikiana na viongozi wote. So Your Excellency, I just want to take this opportunity just to thank you and also to thank Prime Minister Raila Odinga for the continued collaboration during our quest as a country for the leadership of the African Union Commission. And even if that activity did not bring us success, we are very grateful because it has solidified our unity, profiled our country well, and today Africa knows that Kenya is a strong nation and Kenya has a big contribution to make for the success of Africa.
Now I'm delighted to be back home. You see, east, west, north, south, home is best. I feel very, very happy and delighted to be back to Kenya after what we went through. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you, the President, the Deputy, the Ministers, the leaders, and Kenyans generally, who traveled with us this journey across the length and the breadth of the continent of Africa. This was an enterprise that has been an eye-opener. It gave us opportunity to understand our continent better, to engage and talk with the leaders across the whole continent of Africa, north, south, east, west. We now know more clearer the challenges that face our continent. I have an opportunity to meet with over 40 presidents of African countries in their own capitals and talk to them not just about my candidature, but also listen to them tell me the challenges that they are facing as countries. If you listen to the talks, you see that problems are facing our continent are very similar in nature. And you also get to realize that most of them, of course, are historical. The roots in the way Africa has, the way the neo-colonial system has continued to exploit Africa after political independence. I want to thank again my brother, younger brother, President William Ruto, who stood by me. He never asked me to run. I announced myself that I was going to run for this position of chair of African Union Commission. And he only came after I made the announcement to say that he was supporting my candidature. And he did support my candidature not just by words, but by deeds. He put up the machinery to help the campaign for me. I've seen billions being said, quoted, somebody's talking about 13 billion shillings spent on the Raila campaign. I don't know in which world those guys live on, whether they know what a billion means. A billion shillings to do what? The money that was spent was the money that was necessary just to hire transport to travel around. And we were not living luxuriously. We were eating whatever was given to us wherever we went to. And many other African countries were very generous. They provided us accommodation and so on. So, but the government gave what was required. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs was available 24/7. And the other government departments to make appointment for me to be able to meet the leadership across the continent. So I want to thank my brother very profusely for their support. And I also want to thank the other leaders across the continent, those who voted for us. There are those who stood with us to the last moment and voted. And if we had wanted, we would have completely stopped the elections because you require 2/3 to be elected. And these leaders were ready to go with us to the end, and they would not have been able to get the 2/3. So I thank them. And I also thank those who voted against us, because in doing so, they were exercising their democratic right. That's how democracy works. So we are not bitter at all. I congratulated my competitors, the candidate from Madagascar, the candidate from Djibouti, who eventually won, and wish him well, indeed. So we are available to help the continent of Africa, but more importantly, we are also available for Kenya. I'm back home here. I'm going to meet with my friends, my supporters, and I'm going to consult widely what's going on forward. And in due course, we're going to announce our way forward. So we'll give a way forward very, very shortly. Today, we just came to meet, asked for this meeting to come and thank the President and his team for the support they've given me, and also to thank the Kenyans who have supported me throughout all this period of campaign. And I just want to say, watch this space. I will be talking again. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother.
That this morning we met here to bring closure to our candidature as a country through Raila Odinga for the Africa Union Commission chair. As you are all aware, when Prime Minister Raila Odinga announced that he wanted to run for the position of Africa Union Commission chair, as president and leader of this country, Raila Odinga being a leader in our country and a candidate, I took the position that this was not about Raila Odinga the person, it was equally about Kenya the country. And we processed his candidature through cabinet, and cabinet took the decision that we were going to deploy support from the government of Kenya, as has been done before, to support the candidature of Raila Odinga. I am very proud that Raila Odinga put forth a formidable, serious candidature across the African continent. He was available for all the appointments that were made for him. He made journeys on air and on the road to different capitals, different cities, to canvass his candidature on his own behalf and on behalf of Kenya. His candidature brought all Kenyans together. I think his candidature attracted support from the different political sides, people in the opposition, people in government, everybody. We were united behind the candidature of Raila Odinga for the Africa Union Commission chair. This morning, as has been said, both by the DP and Prime Minister Raila Odinga, we close ranks as a country and focus on what we can do for Kenya. The things that require our collective effort as an administration that is now broad-based. There is every reason for us to accelerate the momentum for the delivery of the things that will transform our nation. And I must be grateful that the necessary political capital that is required to move transformative programs in our country now exists courtesy of the broad-based government, and we will continue to focus on developing the things, the programs, and the policies that will catapult our country to the next level. And we need all hands on deck to be able to achieve this vision and mission. And therefore, this afternoon, let me proudly say, my good brother Raila Odinga, you represented Kenya very well. We had, I must say this, I have supported many people in the past, but we had a fantastic candidate. He was present, he was available, and he did what needed to be done. So to all of you and to the people of Kenya, it is again a proud moment for us to receive you back home and to engage with you as we drive the development of our country, as we engage in the nation-building exercise, and as we broaden and widen our engagement as the people of Kenya towards achieving that which will bring equity, which will bring prosperity, and that which will bring transformation for our nation. this morning, we take the opportunity to thank everybody who made a contribution, big and small, to the candidature that was put forward by Kenya of Prime Minister Raila Odinga. I wish to thank my brothers and colleagues across the continent of Africa for their show of solidarity and the support they extended to Kenya and to Raila Odinga as he put forward his candidature. And also thank them that when it became necessary that we make the decision not to have a stalemate and not to end up with a situation where there would be no chair, they also made the patriotic decision to support whoever eventually won. So as a continent, we are proud that we went through an election. Every candidate, including Kenya, was given the opportunity, but ultimately we remain as a united continent with an Agenda 2063 that Kenya is going to continue to contribute robustly as we build the necessary infrastructure and network to support intra-Africa trade that has the biggest potential, to support energy transmission and generation, to support agro-processing and value addition across our continent, and to continue to tap into the enormous opportunity that exists for trade and investment in our continent. I also wish to take this opportunity to thank all Kenyans of goodwill who prayed, who gave support in different ways for us to achieve this candidature and to support the Honorable Raila Odinga. Let me also thank the officials, many officials at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other state departments. Many ministers were available, many other public officials were available. People in embassies across Africa made their contribution by ensuring that there was adequate preparation for the various visits that were undertaken and all the other support that was required for us to take the candidature to where it got.